Hey there, Leo. How are you this evening? My name is Sherilyn, and I'm here to do your weekly reading. This one is going to be for Monday, June 16th through Thursday, June 19th. I'll be back on Wednesday with bonus readings to get you through the weekend, okay? So, we're just going to pull cards and see what it is Spirit wants to talk about or what your energy looks like this week, okay? This one's going to be for Leo, Leo, Leo. Let's see what we get. All right, guys? Okay, for my Leos, we're starting with the Queen of Cups. Oops. If we go there, it'll work. I don't know. Me and this thing, we have issues here. Okay, we're going to put you way back there. That might work. Okay, I don't know. Queen of Cups. Trying. Page of Wands. And the Six of Swords. So this is your recent past or your backstory going into this reading. Currently, I have you with the Five of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Star card. In the near future, we're looking at the Four of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Five of Swords. Bottom of the deck for this reading is actually the Death card. So the underlying current to this entire reading is all about transformation. It's something that happens with everybody, right? It's something we always have to go through. But it looks like you are, if you haven't just gone into a transformation, you're getting ready to. Just everything in your life seems a little bit topsy-turvy right now. Things are definitely changing, okay? That's the undercurrent. The card at the center of your read, so from almost every direction it plays into the equation somehow, is the Ace of Swords. That is the sword of truth. So whether that's you having to come forward with the truth or you getting the truth out of somebody, I haven't figured that out yet. We will, though. But this is what's at the center of your read. So let's start from the beginning, which is the past, and see how it plays in, okay? So recent past, you're looking at Queen of Cups, Page of Wands, and the Six of Swords. So right here, it looks as you're presenting as the Queen of Cups, okay? That's fine. Male or female, doesn't make any difference really. It's just an energy. But you are standing currently, or you were in the past, in the recent past, you were standing in your feminine. Very nurturing, intuitive, somewhat psychic at times, kind of maternal. Sometimes you can have a hard time holding up your boundaries, okay, when you're in the Queen of Cups. But let's see what's playing into. So then I have the Page of Wands and then the Six of Swords. Page of Wands being impulsive, somewhat immature, somewhat explosive sometimes. And with the Six of Swords, I've got trying to take your life into calmer waters. So what I feel like happened here in the recent past is you were in a situation, I feel like, for an extended amount of time, or possibly you let people cross your boundaries, or you let people get away with things because it was just something that you did. You were in this for a long time, so you felt like this is just the way it is, right? Something happened to put a bee in your bonnet, and you suddenly, and it seems to them at least that you, on a dime, you just changed your mind and wanted out. It feels like it was very erratic, the way that you changed your mind and wanted out of something that you had gone ahead and pacified for so long. And you tried to steer your life into calmer waters. What they don't understand is they weren't listening to you. You kept telling them, you were about done. You weren't going to take this anymore. That's how I see it. And so finally you just had enough and went. But they aren't seeing it that way, or that's not the way they're talking about it. Anyways, this is in your past, so we can't change it. It's already happened. But however this played out is what's affecting the rest of this reading. So there we go. So now we're in the current. Currently I have Five of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and the Star. When I said all that, I said it because the Ace of Swords being here makes me feel as though what this person is telling people, or what this person, the way they're making it seem, is not the reality of the situation. You know what I'm saying? They're changing the facts to better suit themselves or something, to play a victim is what it looks like. Currently, they're claiming to be left out in the cold and they don't understand why. Why did this happen to me? You know what I'm saying? Whatever. It's all BS. You know it's BS. I know it's BS, and I've never met you. But it's like, I can tell. They're just trying to play victim. That's what they're doing, because that's all they've got left, is to try to guilt you into coming back, it looks like. But the truth will come out in the end, you know what I'm saying? Most people already know the truth. If they know them at all, they know the truth, because this is probably their MO, okay? The Star card on the other side is they're doing these lies because they're hoping that you're going to come back. That's the only way they can see to bring you back in. I don't think you're going back. I think you've really hit your limit. I think you were gracious for a long time and let them get away with stuff and kept telling them to stop, and they didn't, and so finally it pushed too far, is how I see it. With the Death card over here, you're headed into this transformation, which is all about transforming everything about your life in some ways. And this person is not headed into that with you, I don't believe. So there you have it. Okay, what do we have in the near future then? We're going forward to the near future. I have the Four of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and then the Five of Swords. So pretty much this line seems to be them. They're the one left out in the cold. They're the one who's feeling very disappointed or dissatisfied in the situation. They're claiming it's all your fault. I'm not fooled, but maybe some people are. I don't know. They're claiming this came out of nowhere. With this Eight of Wands, in the near future, they're still claiming they don't know how this happened. They don't know, what went on. They're claiming it came out of nowhere. You've changed, blah, blah, blah. This is just somebody trying to figure out how to get the hooks in you and try to pull you back in. And to me, it looks like this time you're really done. With the Five of Swords on the end, I mean, you're willing to fight if they want to argue. You don't want to, but you will. But you're not going back. I don't think so. It's not how it looks. Because you're headed into this transformation solo, so. Okay, behind the Death card, I have the Four of Wands and then the Strength card. I swear to you, it feels like this Four of Wands is not them. It's somebody new. And they're going to try to say that it's because of somebody new that all this has happened, and that's not the truth. You found somebody new because you were done here. You know what I'm saying? The Strength card is your card anyways, but I mean, it is telling you have more than enough strength to get through this. It's just, but I can't tell you it's going to be easy. It's a bit of a, this person's known you long enough to know how to push your buttons is the problem here. For some of you, you have kids with this person and they're going to try to use them. For others of you, they just know how to push your buttons. It does look like you have something that looks quite promising. Either you're already in it or it's coming towards you right now with these Four of Wands and the Strength card. It's kind of like to even out the scales is what it is, because you have been in something that was very disappointing and dissatisfying for quite a while, it looks like. Okay, I have, well, the Hierophant came out reversed. So if this was a higher level of commitment, or for some of you even a marriage, it is definitely done with the Hierophant reversed. And then I've got the Hermit reversed. So you had yourself in some kind of hermit mode, and now you're pulling yourself out of it and getting back out into the land of the living. And then there we find the Sun, because that is where your happiness lies. It lies in you shining light on all of this and realizing that this was not the way to live your life, really. Okay? That is what I see there. That's pretty cut and dry. Let me do the days of the week, and if we have time, we'll come back to the rest. What do I have for Monday? Ten of Swords and Seven of Wands. You're having to defend yourself against this person because they're claiming you've betrayed them. They're claiming all kinds of stuff. So you're feeling very defensive towards them because they're full of malarkey. That's what they are. Tuesday, I've got the Six of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. So Tuesday, it's all about you taking your power back, you standing in your independence, and getting public recognition, I do believe. You know, for many of you, you are really a catch. You know what I'm saying? So this person screwed up long enough, you're out of here, and there's plenty of takers to try to pick up where this person, where they let you go at. Wednesday, I've got the Two of Pentacles and the King of Swords. You're trying to deal with things from a very logical, very planned out sort of, a way with honesty and integrity is what you're trying to focus on from here out. And you're trying to get balance. It's just, you got to get your life back in balance. And then Thursday, I have the Hangman and the Seven of Cups. You have plenty of options here. I feel like you've already settled into one, or one is coming towards you that is definitely looking more promising than the rest, but you have plenty of options, okay? With the Hangman, there's part of you that probably feels a little bit stuck because of the lies this person's telling, or the way they're trying to manipulate the situation, but they're no match for you, Leo, okay? You have the Strength card. They're no match for you. You'll be victorious in this whole situation. And the scales will be balanced, because this was unjust and it was unfair for you. And you tried to make it last for a long time, longer than you should have, okay? That is what I have for y'all this week. I'll be back on Wednesday with bonus readings. I'm here every morning with these energy check-ins if anybody wants to check those out. And that's it. No matter what the cards say, go make it the best week you possibly can. Out of spite. No, I'm just always. That's a good mantra, okay? All right, y'all. Thank you.